So, all right, I'll come back. Hey, everybody. Welcome to ZBrush Live with the Stylist League. My name is Mike, and this is Bradley. Bradley, can we be bigger? Let's make
Can
ourselves
we
bigger.
can we be bigger? I don't
There
know.
you
Let's
go. How
see.
about that?
How
No,
about
no,
that?
no, no.
No. This one, this
Equal,
big,
equal
this big,
shares, equal shares. There
equal
you go.
shares.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, so Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2025. We are happy to be back with you guys. I am going to, if you're not familiar with us, this is Bradley. I'm Mike. We have a little thing called the Stylist League where we stream and do something like this, but on a lower level, like on more street
Yeah,
level.
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like friendly neighborhood ZBrush crew, not really big corporation. But yeah. So anyway, today I'm going to be working on Hellboy. I saw some really cool art on Instagram, I believe, and I was like, you know what? I never did Hellboy. This art is dope. Let me do it. So rather than starting from zero, I actually started this on Thursday, I believe, and so yeah, let's get into it, Bradley.
Nice,
Let's do
awesome.
that.
Let's see if we know how to do some of this stuff. Nice.
Hmm.
Let's do that.
Okay. So, yeah, got my pure ref here. This is the picture that inspired me right here. I was like, wow, I really love this illustration. Um, if you guys don't know who I am, I started as an illustrator. I've been illustrating for a really long time, and then I got into ZBrush because I was working on GI Joe guys and needed to learn how to do. I needed a reference, and ZBrush was dope, so I started using it. So anyway, here is the reference. I'm gonna make this smaller. Now, Bradley, can you see the chat?
I can see the chat. So I'm looking at two different places right now. I think I see YouTube. If there's any chat for that's coming from another source, I don't see it yet. So maybe no one's commented yet.
Okay.
Um, IR, I only see your chat and restream. I'm not seeing anything else. So
Yeah,
I'm
you got to
thinking
forgive us,
some of
guys.
these
We're
other
figuring this
chats are
out as we
probably
go.
coming in from the Stylist League. Oh, okay, cool. It's split. Okay, I see everyone
Got it?
here. I see Alex. How you doing, Alex?
Nice.
So I will be able to
Okay.
pass. So if you have any questions for Mike along the way, just put them in chat, and I will make sure I get them over to Mike to answer. He might be zoned in, trying to stick the landing on this one. You gonna stick the landing? You think you'll stick the
I'm ready
landing?
to go. I'm
You
waiting for
ready?
you to. I'm waiting for
You
you to
ready?
do your thing. All right.
No,
Ready to? Can.
yeah, yeah. Do something. Do something.
Okay. All right. Cool. I was waiting for you to finish. Stop talking. Stop talking. All right. So I started this thing out with Zspheres. I was like, oh, you know what? I don't want to use a base mesh for this. I want to do Zspheres. So this is Hellboy. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next year. That's the whole stream. I'm just kidding. All right, so this is the Z-Sphere guy that I made, and then I turned that into this. I kind of did my thing where I did the adaptive skin and started sculpting some forms, just kind of blocked in the arm, right, like that. And now I'm here, right? So let's turn off the poly paint so you can see what I did. Made a very kind of low poly jacket here, which started off as a cylinder. I use a lot of Z modeler in this whole thing, and in fact, I saved the feet, which, believe it or not, these things on the bottom here are going to be feet at some point. I saved those to show you guys, but everything here, other than his body, is made from Z modeler because I'm a big fan.
Hey,
All right,
Mike.
so, yeah.
I'm your guy's feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, so I never sculpted Hellboy before, and I noticed in some pictures he has like the dog leg feet, and then some he doesn't, or maybe he does. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna stick with the dog leg thing. Let's find some reference. All right, and he kind of has like the cloven toes or whatever. Guy's a demon, you guys. A good demon, friendly neighborhood demon. So let's, so this is actually something else I want to show you. I'm gonna turn off this jacket.
Brad
Right.
says that he can already make out the mic hand.
It's gonna be, you can tell. Yeah, so even though all of this is going to be covered up, I wanted to get into. I'm on my anatomy kick now, just doing a lot of studies and whatnot. And so let's turn on the poly paint. I did this thing that I don't normally do. So for this, I did. Anybody who's familiar with painting miniatures or statues, there's this thing called Zenithal highlight, which I really enjoy. So I filled the whole body with this kind of brick color here, and then I chose two reds and kind of hit it from a top-down direction to make him feel like, you know, he's in a lit room. So that's what's going on here. Pretty cool little cheat, you know what I'm saying? The hair and the facial hair are just extracts that I did from a mask, and I have to detail those today as well. So just to let you know what I'll be covering today, I'm going to probably not get all the gear on his belt, but I am going to get this pose, and I'm going to get these feet, and I already started taking this jacket and posing it like this.
Nice.
So because this is such a low poly thing, sculpting it is way easy, right? So like if I turn on my poly group, turn on the poly groups for this and solo it out, that jacket that you see here, I just went in and selected the bottom part and just kind of flipped it back and started playing with the thing. So this is the way I use ZModeler, and I'll be doing it now. Hey, you know what? I'm doing a lot of talking. Let's get into actually doing stuff. Cut this off. And cut
Nice.
this off. All right. Let's get into
So
these janky feet.
I asked if the music was too loud. Ian asked me to turn it down a little bit, but Brad
Okay.
said that he came here to dance. So,
Hmm.
and I did turn the music down earlier, but then he said he hurt himself after dancing in this chair. So he's hurt.
Yeah, you
He's
too
injured.
old to be doing that, dude. All right. So if you look at these feet, which what will be feet, right now I just took a cube. Right. Originally this was a Q cube. I think I saved the whole process. Let's see if I can step back. Oops. Frame. Back to here. All right. So sphere, and then I don't want to lose this. All right. So there you go. All right. So it was a Q cube. And then I started playing with the shape of it, right? And then I made it a one-sided thing that I shaped into kind of a foot shape, right? This, and now I just gave it some thickness. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of this thickness. I just wanted to show you guys how I got here. And all I'm really concerned with is the top of this. Why are they? Let's see. Did I move it? I think I moved it. There you go. All right. So I'm only concerned with the top. I'm going to hide the bottom faces, right? And I'm actually going to delete hidden. All right. Now, I'm telling you, I'm on the ZModeler kick because I love ZModeler. Check this out. I'm going to add his toes now. So I'm just going to add a couple loops here, like that. And one of the things that I really like is the move extract, move extrude. Hold on a sec. Extrude move, right? So I have it set for just the poly, or just the edge loop rather, or the edge. And now I can drag out a toe. That's one toe. A big toe, like that, right? I didn't do both sides, so let's do this. I'm gonna flip it. Oops, maybe I'm not frame. I'm gonna mirror, and there you go, mirror and weld. All right, so now I have duplicate on both sides here, and what I can do now is I can go and hover over poly and set this to extrude poly group all. Right. I have local turned off. That's why it's acting so funny. All right, now just give it some thickness. Now this is what is going to be his foots, everybody. All right, so now I'm just going to select this and rotate it down. That. Okay, give it a little bit of an angle. And now use my move tool to kind of shape this. This is the way I did my his glove and essentially everything. I do it all this way.
You've been on your low poly modeling renaissance.
I have. I'm on that box modeling business. Insert. Switch back to insert and add a loop here. And let's add a holding line there. And let's see what happens if I hit dynamic. There you go. So kind of a foot, right? And then I just kind of move stuff around until I get something I like. I want those toes to curl up a bit. In fact, let's make those longer. I think because I don't have holding lines, they're getting a little smaller, but let's drag those out. Now what I want to do is lasso everything between that holding line and this one, invert it, and now I can kind of do a, oops, oh, it's locked. Is it locked? Unlock. Why is it doing it? Oh, pin is on. If that ever happens to you, so this happens sometimes. I have touch screen or touch enabled on my Cintiq. If you ever hit this pin and you try to move this and you let go, it pops back. It's super like annoying, and you can think there's something wrong with ZBrush. It's not. Just turn this pin off and you should be good to go. There you go. All right, so now I'm gonna rotate this up a little bit. Get a little bit of a toey look, a little foot action.
Stream. Mike, do you mind if you do a screen grab of your Hellboy on the side as you work on the feet?
Yeah, I can do that. Turn these off, come up here.
Be some eye candy. You should work on that.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's way more interesting, man.
Yeah.
Let's go back to this. Now I'm just going to grab this part here and just kind of lift it up a little bit, go over the heel. Turn touch off. The outside, the inside.
So how long did it take you? I knew you came in with the Hellboy, a little sculpted on, but when did you start? How long did it take you to go from your Zsphere maquette to where you are right now?
So to get to doing just the Zsphere probably took me like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The fingers took the longest, right? And then once I did that and did the adaptive skin, this sculpting part here, probably, I don't know, like an hour.
Nice.
You know, an hour to get here. And then I'm not gonna lie, like the one that looks good, I started on Thursday, and I worked on it last night too. So
nice.
Yeah. So what I did, because I couldn't see the inside of the foot here, is I deleted the right one, and as long as I don't add any subdivision levels, I can just mirror this over, and I'll be good to go. So now what I can do is I can grab this, here. This heel. Kind of raise it up. Right. So I'm starting to get a foot. You guys can see it. And
So-
I have to add it.
So you must have, what really drove you. You must have really liked the recent Hellboy movie. That's why you were so inspired to make. It's like it was amazing, right? Like it was like
Let me tell you something.
it was a really good movie.
Hey, if you worked on Hellboy, the new Hellboy, and you're in here, let us know, because that would not be the first time that I put my foot in my mouth. Just let us know before I talk about what I thought about the new Hellboy movie.
I thought it was great. I didn't watch it. It was too scary. They went too.
That was scary.
Well, the trailer was like very like not the Golden Army. All right, that's that was the last good Hellboy that I liked. All right.
It wasn't the Golden Army. I'll give you that. I don't know who thought that needed to be made. Let's make a Hellboy that looks like it was a student film.
So, did you not like the story of that Hellboy or the visuals? So, like compared to the previous one, because I liked the visuals of the previous one.
Did anybody answer that they worked on the movie in here?
If they have, they're taking too long to type. It's just me and
Mess
you.
around and have like
we can-
Neville Page in here, and I'll offend him or something. I don't know who worked on it. I know Neville didn't work on that trash. It was bad, top to bottom. Top to bottom.
All of it.
Top to bottom, son. Not a good thing about that. And you know me, I, like Brad Grootman, am a fan of movies that aren't good. This was
Yes.
not good in a bad way, not in a good way.
So
Let me know if you guys
I guess you didn't
disagree.
get inspiration from that.
No, not much. I mean, let me know. I mean, you guys might think that, hey, that was the way Hellboy was supposed to look. I heard not Guillermo del Toro. Oh man, why am I spacing out? The guy that does Hellboy.
The actor that played him?
No. The artist that came up with Hellboy. Crap. Help out, chat. This
I
is
don't know
bad.
who came up with Hellboy.
Mike
I thought
Mignola.
he-
Mignola.
Okay.
I heard he actually signed off on it, which is crazy to me. So that happened, I think. Which makes me think I don't know anything, which is possible.
We all can make mistakes. It happens. Now you know what was dope? That Daredevil trailer.
I haven't watched it. I don't want to watch it.
What?
I don't. I wanna. They give too much away in the trailers. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to know
They
nothing.
definitely gave away the form in the trailer. Like I don't expect to be surprised.
I mean, let me guess. Kingpin is the mayor, and Daredevil doesn't trust him, and they fight. Is that right? Something
Yeah,
like
man,
that?
you did it. Like end of the season. why are we showing up? Why are we showing
Boom.
up?
Boom.
I don't even know why we. You're right. Why are we watching it?
Thank you.
You solved it.
And
You solved
I'm
it.
gonna go out on a limb and say there will be a dope hallway fight at some point where Daredevil kicks the crap out of everybody.
Are you sure you didn't watch the trailer? Are you sure you didn't watch the
No,
trailer?
did that happen in the trailer? They gave it away in the trailer?
You sure you didn't watch the trailer?
Oh no.
Yes,
didn't know
every like word for word. That's that. So I'm assuming you watched the trailer because you nailed
No,
it.
I really did not see the trailer.
Okay.
So I did watch last season, so I knew what was gonna happen
Mhm.
with Kingpin. But
Yep.
the
You
hallway
just-
fight. I mean,
You
every
just said the
season
trailer.
he does the
You
best
just-
hallway
You
fight
said
ever.
everything that's in the trailer. That's amazing. I don't know if that's good or bad that you was able to do that.
Hey, it's gonna look better than I described it. I can guarantee you that.
It did look amazing.
All right, cool. So now you can see I'm kind of getting a foot shape here, right? Which is good enough. Now I can start sculpting. This is my base mesh. So now turn on everything. I can get rid of like this really wonky whatever this thing is. That was a placeholder. Figure out my scale. Let's look at the scale, shall we?
Someone said I'd sign off on it too if I got all the money from it. And dope Dope Pope says people like money.
They're funny like that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
People do tend to like money. I don't get it.
I don't know why. Jeez.
All right. So what you'll see that I do a lot is just because this is so low, I can just grab parts and move them where I want. Kind of play around until I get what I'm looking for. Another thing I like to do is, so you see when I move that, this line here got kind of messed up. This is an OCD thing, like for real. Probably doesn't matter, but I'll just delete something that isn't super important and put it back in again. So let's go to insert and get rid of that, and then I'll just add it again. And now, little cool trick that I like is I'll hover over this. This color is too dark to see. Let me make this lighter. Okay. All right. So another little thing that I like to do is hover over this edge. I'll hit transpose edge loop complete. All right. Now I can isolate this, and I can, let's see if I can get this to work here. I can kind of make it a little wider, like that. Get a little bit of the heel shape going on, and then if it's not far enough over here, I can just kind of grab and pull it out with my move tool. And then the toes have a little bit of shape. Now where I would have to do it manually is on the inside of the toes. So, good thing about getting rid of that other, the other foot is that when I have something that I really like, I can just, like I said, I can mirror it and mirror weld it. All right, so that's looking okay.
I'm gonna cry if you put Sculptors Pro on that Geo after you finish it because it looks so nice.
Oh my! I mean, the whole point of doing this is so I have the sculpting is going to be refining. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to go ham on brute forcing the shapes if I do this right. So nobody's going to see the bottom of this foot, but I'm going to do the same thing I did before here and grab this loop. And now I'll just kind of, now I'll just kind of move it in a little bit to make it look like the ball of your foot, or the bottom of your foot rather. I know people are like, yo, this is not what I'm used to for Mike. Box modeling Mike, what? This is just because I never showed this part. I thought you wouldn't want to see it. Just thought you
While
wanted to see
chatting,
this,
like, and you were right.
the sexy sculpting part. Is that what they said?
No,
Nick
I was
was
like,
sculpting.
and you're right.
Sculpt something, jackass. All right. So let's hit dynamic. All right, cool. Good enough. Now this is actually good enough.
Nino says, shout out to Bradley and Mike. The workshop was amazing. I learned so much. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. All right. Foot again. This is actually cool because you can do that shape on the top of the foot. I don't know the name of the top of the foot, but you know the shape. That thing.
That top part.
The top part.
The top part.
We don't want to get all like, be using terms that people get. The top part. Look it up.
Come on, man.
You know the part.
You know that Greek word, top part.
The top is part of the helpway foot.
Come on, man.
Right.
Like he's like I don't know what it is. I just know the sound it makes.
Exactly. Hey, so your feet down. What happened here? Oh, the foot is sticking through. Just do this. Oop, wrong one.
Did you do any of this on your iPad?
I didn't because I wanted to do all of my Z modeling first because we don't have that yet on iPad. So gotta do that, and then one day we might get to do this everything on the iPad one day. All right, so now let me actually commit some of these subdivisions because I like what I have here. Let's see. I will turn off
So it
that.
says interesting approach with the super low polygeo plus dynamic subdiv. It's giving us all this nutrition. I want the calories, baby.
All right, so just using a little H polish. Probably be easier to see if I cut off the color.
Nice.
Wow.
See,
Imagine
wow, wow, wow. He
It's a
wasn't
foot.
sculpted into darkness.
Just darkness. Exactly. All right.
If anyone have any questions that you want to pass over to Mike, just drop them in the chat. I'll send them over to him. You can ask him anything, anybody. You can ask him anything. He'll answer any question. If you got a question, he'll anything. Anything.
Right. Not math. Somebody ask me math.
Anything.
Okay. I think he's got like some cloven toes. Yeah, he does. So let's make these. Cloven is just like what I did here, right? He's got like the nightcrawler toes. Oh man. Okay. Don't do what I just did. It's okay because I'm not really doing anything heavy on the foot yet. I did not have symmetry turned on. I added subdivisions so I can no longer mirror and weld and keep those clean, crispy, low subds. If I really cared, which I don't, I would go down to the lowest subdivision level like this, right? And I would, well, actually, let's do it. I'm gonna do this. Let's make a history save state. I'm gonna go down to the lowest subd level. I'm gonna delete higher. I do this all the time, so I have it right on my UI here. Delete higher. Now I'm going to mirror. Actually, yeah, mirror and weld. Oops. Mirror and weld. Okay, so that's good foot. And now what I can do is I can make sure symmetry is turned on and then subdivide. Right. Now, I didn't really even do anything that I care to project back, but let's see. I only have it on 1 foot, but let's see what happens if I hit project history. Yeah, see, it messes up that one. So can I mask that?
Whenever you're ready for a question, just say you'll take a question, and I'll give it to you because I don't want to interrupt you in between.
I'll
demonstrating.
Take a question now. Give me a question.
So one question is, hi, this is from Twitch. Hi, what could be the reason Dynamesh maintains low resolution even after increasing the slider?
Make sure you have the this little dot open. Can you guys see this? So I've had issues where I'll crank it up and that dot is closed, and it doesn't always give me like the high resolution that I want. But if I click it so that it's an open circle there, it usually fixes it. But if Ian is still around, please chime in because I'm sure he has the perfect answer. Bradley, do you know the answer to that?
Yeah, sometimes your model scale could be off, and when you keep dynameshing, it's just going to be low the entire time and not going up in resolution. So you might want to try unifying everything to make sure it fixes itself. That could be a reason as well. Got another question, and this one is on YouTube. How did you land your first illustration job?
I started out as a t-shirt artist. I used to work for a young men's brand called Echo Unlimited out of Jersey, and um, we did a lot of like it was the rhino was the logo for Echo, so we did a whole lot of logo tees. And then the owner Mark decided to do an ad campaign, and he had it was a really like a pretty famous campaign where he had all these hip hop artists, Method Man, DMX, Mos Def, and I would paint them, and then they would stand next to the um, the painting wearing the clothes, and then they take a picture of it, and that would become the ad. People really liked it, and so later on I started doing magazine stuff, and I actually did a Coca-Cola commercial, which blew up. Like that was the one that got me all the work. That Coke ad came from people seeing those Echo ads. So yeah.
Nice. Uh, Mari Cat says hi.
Okay.
Thanks for the questions. If you have any more, just keep bringing them in. I'm gonna keep. There might be a slight delay, but I'm always scanning for your questions. So if you haven't seen it drop in, it's because it hasn't shown up in real time yet.
All right. So I don't want to spend a massive amount of time on these feet. Let's just make it look like this is actually one thing. Step down, not down so high. So, I'm gonna let's see something. What if I took this foot, did one of these numbers? This may work, it may not work. I don't know. Then I can take this leg and do something with it.
Got a question. Hello, guys. What are your art station, please? If you look up Mike T Artworks, you'll find Mike's on ArtStation, and you'll find mine under Bradley Kohler or ML Creative. And if you haven't had a chance to join our Stylist League Discord, you can find our information there as well.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know what he looks like a ballerina.
So, what's going through your mind? What are you thinking?
I wanted to see if, because I have a picture over here where he has, what that looks like. I don't know. I don't have any really good pictures of his feet. I know he has the hooves on his feet, but some it looks like a regular foot. You know what I mean? Like a regular leg. I'm just gonna go with a regular leg. Look at that. It's a regular leg. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like, come think about it, I've only seen it like maybe twice, really, where he had like the dog leg look.
Yeah. You know the Hellboy that I really like, man? The one that had your girl from Resident Evil. Jojovic.
Yeah, that's the one I really like that design. I liked everything about that movie except for the story.
Yeah, that was kind of fresh. All right, let me move this back. I'm gonna move the reference out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I want to get this pose actually. Let's get to. Actually, let's do a little hair real quick. Bradley, I want you to keep me on point with the time.
I will,
So
and also whenever you want a question or can feel like you can take one, just let me know. I will scan the chat.
I can do questions the whole time. Let's do
Okay.
questions like yeah.
Another question: is it possible to alternate the alphas like IMM brush selector? I'm processing that question. Is it possible to alternate the alphas like IMM? Oh, like does can you get the alphas to show above? Like when you have an IMM and you have all the alphas, like the IMM brush is shown at the top bar as a selector. He's
Like
asking does
this?
alpha show up? No, if you go to IM, open up an IMM with multiple tools.
Where it's at the top?
It was at the
Yeah, I know what
top.
you're talking about. Yeah, 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 I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. I
Sounds
like
like a
these
really
things.
cool thing. Hey,
It's a
I
good
think there's a
idea.
running ZBrush list somewhere. I think you can submit that. Um,
Yeah.
I believe. Let me look it up because I believe Paul or ZBrush. Let me go. I think Paul has an actual Discord, and I believe a lot of people often drop questions and stuff for that. Let me see. Oh, it's just yeah. Paul has a Discord. Ian, if you're here, if you can drop a where Maxon has their like Discord where people come in, and I think there's a section there where you can put ideas or requests. Brad's question is 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 posing important? I never know for sure. Depends what your job is.
I'm just trying to keep Brad Groteman off the pole, everybody. Posing don't do that. Don't do that. No. Yeah, no, posing is the most important, brother.
No, it's not live.
Because you can have a really awesome sculpt and it can be in a boring pose and nobody will care about it.
Nah.
True.
If I go to work and I just start posing and I send it to the rigger, they'll be like, "Oh, like I know my friend told me it's the most important." Okay.
You know why? Because guys like Groteman are waiting to do their job. They're the ones who make it look good.
He's like, can't wait to go to those ADBs. You saw Bradley? He posed it when he submitted in his work.
Yeah, that doesn't work for us. But yeah, this is kind of what I did for my. This is how the bishop hair started. I just block it in really loose, and then later on I'll subdivide and add the detail. Let's get this little man bun back here. Oh, no detail. Yeah, again.
And if we have anyone that's in California that's watching, prayers and thoughts to you all. Hopefully, things are getting better, or as good as they can be.
That was fast.
Yeah, good job. You're good, Mike. We haven't even finished the first hour. he's like keep me on track. I'm like,
I'm not trying to.
Oh, have you saved at any point?
Nah.
Nah, you just hardcore with it. You just like, hey, if it crash.
Yeah. I'll start over.
Okay, Mike, what feature in ZBrush could you live without? Without.
That's a good question. It's a really good question. Because you know what? Back in the day, I would have said Dynamesh because I don't use it, but now I use it a lot. So, hmm. Bradley, while I'm thinking about it, what would
No,
yours
just
be?
your question. I need it all. Nah, actually, this is gonna suck. Like I can't live without Dynamesh. I think if you have Dynamesh, you can do anything. So Dynamesh.
Oh, I know what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is, and it's more from a hate standpoint. I'm hating. Not on the software, on the people that can use it really successfully. I could do without fiber mesh because I am terrible at fiber mesh. I can't
Yeah, I
figure
have
out.
not ever been able to get fiber mesh to like do things right for me.
I I told Ian today. I'm like, yo, he's gonna show me some things. I'm like, I'm terrible at fiber mesh, bro. I've never been good at it. And then I see people doing it and making it look easy, and that makes me angry.
Yeah. When you are making, because you do a great job between making realistic characters and stylized characters, what tips can you give someone when making a stylized character?
Um, so for me, I really like planar shapes. So when I'm doing stylized characters, I will I'll be looking at reference like this. Here, let me make my screen big for a second here. So I have one of these planar kind of a écorché type of joints, not écorché, but you know, like a muscle thing here. And I really, really like this. Now, I don't make my stuff planar everywhere, but I like to add just little hits of it, um, and it pops off. So I have a, well, I don't want to get it on my art station. Bradley, can you see if you can find that Iron Fist and pull it up, please?
Yes.
So another thing that I really love about starting all of these things as everything starts as a Q cube for me. So the hair, everything started as a Q cube. The reason I like that is because you'll see here that I have different poly groups that I wasn't even thinking about, but they're there, right? So what I can do is I want to sculpt on the outside of the hair. I don't want to affect the inside of the hair. Like I want to pull it out and give it some volume now. And the problem I have is when I try to pull this out, it pulls the inside as well, and that it's a thin mesh. So sometimes if it's too thin, even with back face masking turned on, you pull it, it worked that time. All right, not always that lucky. Like if it's a really thin mesh, sometimes it doesn't work. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to isolate only the purple, right? And you see that pink line, which is completely dividing these things, is gone. And then I'll hit auto group, and now I have a mesh for the inside and for the outside. Another thing that I like to do is I will grab hey, what's up, man? I'll grab the inside, right, and put it with, I'm sorry, the edge, and put it with that outer part, this too, right? And now I can auto group these. So now I have just an inner faces and outer faces. So I'll mask that, invert the mask, and a thing that I enjoy is, so I don't ever have to worry about pulling this thing out and seeing the inside of this. I'm going to do this little hack here. Right? So now that's taken care of. And if I come over and mask this, I can do the same thing with the goatee thing. So now that's buried deep within his skull. And now actually, let's go back to here. You can see that the back didn't actually make it any thicker. So rather than just scaling it globally, if I come over to the front of this and I scale it in, it does what I want it to do. And it did it to here and in the goatee as well at the same time. So that's all I want. So now that is inside of the skull. If I turn off solo and I turn on transparency, you can see I don't have to worry anymore about seeing that, you know, the interfaces. Now I'm just gonna give this a little bit of a flare over here. I like what this guy did. I'm not gonna ape it too much, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to also make sure, make sure you have symmetry turned on for this part. Until I pose, I want to keep the symmetry on, and then I don't have to work twice as hard yet. Right.
Can you turn wireframe off so we can see your strokes?
And this is, you talked about stylization, like this is one of those instances where I would go in and kind of use my H polish. Let's do this. Oh, let's Z-remesh it also, because you see when I stretched it out, I don't have any loops here, and it deforms kind of funny. So what I'm going to do now is I will do a history save state, set this for half, and Z-remesh, keeping the groups and the detecting the edges. Hit Z-remesh.
Pat, I'm the only one, or the audio for Mike is a bit low. I can hear maybe because I got. Is it?
Yeah, the XLR turned down. Is this any better?
Yes.
That sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds worlds better. Thank you.
How about this? Is this better? Is this better right here?
Oh, give me chills. Get out my ear.
Right.
Chills. Ooh.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna give this one more Z-remesh. All right, cool. And then divide and project back the detail. Right. And I didn't have anything that was that great, so it doesn't matter if I divide it anymore. All righty then. So now
I just realized, Mike, I want to apologize to you live here. You know,
I'm here for that.
I'm so used to hearing your voice that in my head, I turn you down low, which stopped other people from hearing you. So I'm kind of suppressing your voice. I am sorry that I did that to you, my brother.
Yeah, that's cool. One day you're gonna
but
learn
I blame you.
What it's. Yeah, you're gonna learn what it's like when you're not appreciated. One day.
But I blame you.
And I hope I'm alive for that.
You probably won't be.
Mario Cat, stop listening. Stop listening. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna live forever, baby. I'm never gonna die. Bradley's a liar.
IR Scope says, Mike, why are you so damn dope, brother?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. Because I can't dance. Well, there it is. Boom.
Like do the little shy thing. Oh jeez.
Nah. I'm too old for that.
Like, no. He's actually deep down inside. Yeah, he's like, you can call me Flower if you want to.
What is that?
Blushing. Bambi.
I don't like that.
You monster.
Oh, why do you know that? So you know that, and you don't know
don't do it.
The Warriors?
Let's not do this.
No, we got to do this. Like, we have a whole new audience here that doesn't know. So for people who don't know, Bradley refuses to watch movies before a certain date. Jeez. I don't know why, but that's what he does. But he knows Bambi. No
one wants to be here for our counseling session. Just sculpt. We don't want to do this right
now. Shut up and sculpt.
just sculpt. All right, just sculpt.
Yes, sir. I'm back on it.
Do your job.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time. You get the idea. It's hair.
Yes.
So that's a good block in. Let's go back over here. Oh, I just wanted to show you guys. So for the hand, the big Clubber Lang hand, again, I want it to be very stylized because somebody tell me how you pronounce his name. Mike Mignola, his things are always kind of like stylized, right? Big blocky hands, not a whole lot of detail. I will be adding a like rock texture and such, but this all started off again as a Q cube and a Q cylinder. If I click on this, you can see dynamic subdivision is turned on, and this is what it looks like. Let's do all low. Actually, I got to turn off dynamic. Should turn off dynamic for everything. Right? And you can see these were all cubes that I just kind of made the shapes that I wanted them to be. And this was, again, a cylinder that I did the thing. So this is how I do pretty much all of my stuff until I start sculpting. It's all done as ZModeler stuff. Okay. So what do I want to do? Oh, the pose. Let's get back to the pose. Actually, I'm going to show you some of that painting technique because I didn't do his legs. Because I wanted to share that.
What's that like blocking for? The blocking is for? I don't understand that question.
What's that a blocking for? Hellboy? Oh, the glove, the gauntlet thing. Maybe that's what they mean.
Yeah, probably.
Possibly. Yeah, it's for the gauntlet. All right, so if I turn on the color here, I did a ZBrush, so I lost the hair color.
Someone wants you to say hi to Brazil.
What's up, Brazil? What's good?
Little less Vin Diesel, a little more Mike.
Familia. I am Groot. All right, so I'm gonna do that painting. You can see for the arms, I didn't do it on this hand. This arm here, I don't need this guy on now. Right, so because the local is turned on, okay, it's doing it right. Because I didn't really sculpt in all the details on the hand, I didn't get the fingers right yet because I knew I had to pose them, and they're gonna get kind of jacked up anyway. I did not do that. I am gonna, you can see I kind of started on the legs, just kind of blocking in some quick color. So let's do that on the back of the legs as well. I'm gonna solo them out. Let's kind of sculpt it up a little nicer here, get some detail. Favorite brush of all time, the Geo brush. Named after our good buddy Geo Nakpil, and made by Pablo Munez, who makes the best brushes around. Shout out to Pablo.
Brush has made its round. I can't tell you how many workstations I've been to and that brush is there.
Brush is great, dude. All right, so I'm gonna pose him, so I'm not gonna get too deep into this. But that paint technique I was telling you about is, let's just grab the standard brush. I will turn off add and turn on RGB, and then I will just go ahead and color pick the color, right? I don't know if you knew that. You can just grab the block of color. I'm holding down the space bar and dragging it off, and I can grab whatever color I want, right? So just get that red. And turn down your intensity for your RGB, and then just kind of build it up. So actually, like that. So the way that I've been doing this, again, the lighter colors are going to be on the top of the forms, and then the lower part, I know this is going to be covered, right? But I just want to show you the technique. And then the lower part down here is kind of left to that darker red, right? So by doing that, you're creating a fake shadow. The technique is called a Zenithal highlight, and I learned it from watching. Huh?
Spell that.
Not hardly. You ain't come here for spelling. Yeah,
Brad, write
and
that in the comments. The proper spelling of that. I need
there
to
you go.
have that so I can look that up.
Yeah, but I learned this from watching miniature painters. So this is kind of the deal.
So that's a good question I have for you, because I just said it's a good question. Because I'm starting to explore getting, like, more poly painting. Would you say looking at uh, statue paintings, like how people paint collectibles, would be a good resource to be a
Oh
better
yeah.
painter in with
Oh
vertex
my
painting?
gosh. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, bookmark all of those sideshow videos where they show the paint studio, because those guys are amazing. And then also, there you go. Thanks, Brad. See, helps to have a friend that's a teacher that knows stuff. But let's see, turn everything back on again. Anyway, that's kind of how that is done, right? Now I'm gonna move back to posing. So I took this real low res coat that I made. Bradley, should I show him how I made the coat real quick?
Yeah, why not?
All right, cool. All right, so I will show you how I made the coat real quick.
That goes to short for next week.
I'm not going to show you how I made the coat. Yep, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Sorry. Come to the Stylist League. I'll show you how I made the coat. All right, let's get him in a pose. Bradley, you're supposed to say no. Say no then.
I want to say yes, so you can say no.
Okay, I don't mind being the bad guy. All right, so I'm not worried about the coat right now because I can easily move these arms and stuff after the fact. I'm only worried about getting him in this type of a pose. So what I'm going to do is I'll take the whole thing into Transpose Master, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I'll just turn off I won't mess with the coat. No, I'm going to leave the coat out. I'm going to save this first. Just in case.
That's a good call. Save a
Yeah,
good call.
yeah. Okay. All right, let's save it. All right, now the coat is off. Okay. What I can do before I go in there is I can pose the tail, actually. Let's take the tail down to the lowest sub D level. On the tail. Oh, did I get rid? Oh, it's pretty high. It's dense.
Brad has
All
a
right.
question.
Mhm.
Mike, do you think it'll be easier to put the tail in with the curve brush after he's posed? I don't know if he's asking a question or giving or telling you what to do.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, so the thing that's great, what Brad just said is definitely an easy way to, not an easier way to do it, probably a smarter way to do it, right? But I wasn't sure whether I was going to take this into Reallusion or not. I've decided to do it in here for the purposes of the stream. But I'm just going to go ahead and do it live. I'm not gonna use the curve. Let's see, do I have subdivision levels on this? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if I did, I think what Brad is talking about is doing something like that and then doing it, that's a good way to do it too.
To tell Brad he's off and he doesn't have to teach right now. All right, you're off, Brad. You're off. All right.
Yeah.
Off.
No, he's good. Off. All right. So what I'm going to do now is lower the density of this because it's pretty big, or it's pretty dense rather. Let's do that.
Ingrid said ground affected is fun to watch too.
Yeah, ground affected is nice. He's real nice. All right, I'm gonna set this for, let's say, start with 10 and see what happens. And ZRemesh. Oh, I made it denser. All right, let's set it to 2. Mesh. Go half. I want to make sure I don't get any, you know what? Let's do this before I do it. I'm going to do a slice curve here. Right, so now I don't have to worry about, this should even out for me, hopefully. Let's see, remesh. That's better. Same. Now, sometimes it'll crease. I'm not sure why it does that. I didn't ask it to add a crease, but I could go through and do this several times until I get it the way I want it to look. What I do is I like to just grab the Z-modeler tool and just hand delete these, right? I usually get rid of every other one. And you might say to yourself, hey, that seems like it's time intensive, but I got way more control. So when Bradley says my mesh is looking clean, it's because I'm doing this kind of a thing. I'm good until I get to where it starts to do this craziness. All right, so let's leave it like that. And I actually can make this lower. So let's go through and delete more. And then I can add the loops back as I need them, which is pretty nice. Okay. So what I can do now is I can grab my, let's turn off symmetry. Let's get this back like that, the gizmo. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this gear here. The deformer. Oh. And I'm going to, come on now. I want to use bin curve. And I can set the number of points that I want. Now it's doing, it doesn't matter. Let's just see. So I just added, if you want to add more of these points, I can hear Grootman now in the background. Less is better. I'm going to add just maybe one to start off with because it's cleaner, right? And now I can kind of drag that over there, like that. If I want to have the, let's see, let's add one. Okay.
Brad said you heard that.
Exactly. I just want it to be kind of like fairly even. Oops, don't do that. So because this is so low, it's gonna look good when I subdivide it. Right. So pretty good. It's doing some deformation stuff that I don't love, but that's cool. So now I can say, oops, I can get out of here if I want to, or I can try another deformer. Let's see what let's just do deformer. Let's see what this does. So now again, if I want to add some more subdivisions, I can. Right. And now I can start to do things like mask and drag, right? Do this kind of stuff.
There is a comment in, but it's in Brazilian, and I can't.
What's it say?
Read that.
What's it say?
I can't read. I don't know. I don't know.
And then maybe up here, what I'll do is I'll grab these, invert it, and do like a little rotate deal. Okay. So just something quick.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
I apologize. It was in Portuguese.
Got you. Alrighty then. So now let's go and turn on everything else again. Now I can move the tail over here.
I forgot why you were doing that for the pose. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's for the pose. Right. Because I have that poly group now, what I can do that's kind of nice is I can mask that. And then I don't have to worry about messing up the rest of the thing here. Although, looks like it got a little too much. There you go. Over here.
Got a question in. How do we like ZBrush for iPad?
Love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
Bradley did a Bradley made a video where he breaks down his impressions and using it, and we almost have 10,000 views, right? 90, 95, 98, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is, it's a big deal for us, man. We're grassroots. So shout out to Bradley for making that.
I actually stopped carrying my MacBook around. Like I haven't touched my ZBrush on my laptop like forever. My laptop is now a fixture on my desk back there because my iPad goes with me.
I will tell you, it comes in clutch when you're sitting on the couch and 90 Day Fiance is on, and you don't want to watch 90 Day Fiance, but you have to, and so you can work. All right.
Have we tried the new Anchor Brush? I have not.
Oh, Anchor Brush should probably be perfect for this, actually. Good call. Yeah, Anchor Brush should probably be dope for this. Haha, good call. All right, so this is kind of where I want it for now. I don't want to do an awful lot because I'll probably play around with it some more. Now, if I look at it at this angle, oh, it's down, actually. Let me see something. Maybe I'll grab this part. Just try to get it in the center here. Do some rotating. That's the thing, like, it's funny how it can look way off and not look anything like what you want, and then you just kind of rotate it a little bit and it works. So let's see. And I can do the same thing for this part up here. Now this is where I would go through and I would add some more loops, right? And I can probably use, let's do this, soften it a little. And I can probably use the little twirl brush. What's that called? Twist?
I think it's like spiral or something like that.
Spiral. Cook. Do you see it? Spiral. There it is right there.
Yep.
Nice. Now the only thing is probably going to distort the mesh, deform the mesh, but yeah. All right. I'll do it manually, but not now. I'll do it later. So that works for me. Wherever it got stretched, I can just kind of smooth it and add some more loops. This is what I did with the coat, and it looks nice and clean again. All right. Works for me. So let's get to the rest of the pose. Turn on dynamic for this guy. The dynamic subdivision makes it look good again. So what I'm going to do now is save again. And now we can go into Transpose Master. And I can get my swerve on here. Because it's so low, you see like saving is super fast. You know, like this is the main reason I like this. If I go and turn on all low, minus the dynamic subdivision, you can see that it's pretty inexpensive. So let's move this out of the way. Move this over. Oops, move this over here. Go into Z Modeler. I'm going to keep the jacket off for now. I'm sorry, not Z Modeler. Transpose Mask.
Transpose, yeah.
Yeah, Transpose Mesh. Okay. So now, when I come in here, you'll see that I believe I have polygroups for the arms and everything. You kind of lose that. It just polygroups between the separate parts. But this is still really good because let's say I don't want to mess up a part like this gauntlet. I can easily just kind of hide that, mask it out, and then I can do whatever I want to do. So what I'm going to do now is switch to my mask lasso, and I'm going to start thinking about what I want to do for this pose here. Let's grab that arm. Grab this arm. All right. And what you'll find is I've seen Pavlovich do this, and he really doesn't have to resculpt his anatomy, which is crazy. I end up doing, fixes after the fact always, but so it's okay. That arm is back. Now this is going to deform. And you know what? This is going to be under the coat. So, actually,
got a question there. How much time has passed to get where you are at right now on the model?
I started it on Thursday. I'm sorry. Today is Friday, right? I started on Wednesday evening. Wednesday evening. Yeah.
In between watching Housewives, right? Is that accurate?
No, that's where I put my foot down. That's where I draw the line, buddy. No Housewives. Unless it's Salt Lake City, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know what you're saying. I don't even know what line you're saying.
She makes me watch that one.
Oh, okay. Wait, there's multiple cities of that show?
Oh my gosh. Dude, there's so many cities. Too many cities. It's all the cities, bro.
An update to the question, how many hours of work?
Probably so far like 10 hours, maybe.
10 hours.
Yeah, like 10, something like that.
I like questions. When people ask a question, it gives me something to do. I like things to do.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. You. Why are you doing that? There you go. I want that to bend at his elbow.
After the stream today, I was going to try to play Hellblade 2. See if it scares me.
It looks good. That's one of those games where I can't, like, I tried to play the first one, and I got to the part where you're in like the fort thing, and there's all those glyphy things all over the place you got to find. And I was like, this is not fun. I want to fight guys. I don't like that. But it looks amazing, man.
What sold me is when I went to the Xbox page. It says 7 hours to play, 8 hours to 100%. I'm like, oh, okay.
Seriously?
Sounds like yeah. That's as long as that's
Part
it.
2 already?
Yeah, part 2. That's how long it is. I'm like, that's nice. That's a weekend.
Oh, wait. I thought you meant you had been playing it for that long.
No. That's how long the game.
You haven't
is.
even started it yet.
I haven't
8
started
hours?
Yet. Yeah, that's what the Xbox page said. I'm like, oh, cool. 8 hours.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
We have a question in. How are you doing, Bradley? So if, like, you want a question, how are you doing, Brad? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Another question. I'm currently trying to learn ZBrush using the iPad version. I'm experienced in 3D modeling, but find it very difficult to complete projects on ZBrush. Give us a little bit more. So yeah.
Is it because it's new and you're getting used to the interface? What's the problem? Because that could be it. You know what? Ha! This guy cheated. He's a cheater. This painter. I don't think you can pose like this with this arm. This doesn't make sense, right? Can't do that.
Yeah, like it's like, yeah.
It's too big. It's
too big. I think if you scale the hand down some, you might be able to sell it a little bit more.
I'm gonna have to fake this big time. Yeah, because unless you're bending at your bicep to put your arm in this. Oh, you know what? I could probably just add some of the elbow. That's my bad. You need an elbow.
Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you kind of do. Like
it
comes in handy.
The problem. Yeah. I see what you did there.
Do you have any tips for someone starting out, particularly is it on the iPad? Because I know you're asking an iPad question, or in 3D sculpting. No, he says he experienced in 3D modeling. So any tips on the iPad when starting out, Mike, when you're sculpting on iPad?
I'm gonna tell you the way that I kind of got used to it, and also the way that I got used to painting in Corel Painter. Like, I was a big Photoshop guy forever. I'm gonna use this analogy because then you'll see. I had to start using Painter one day, and I didn't know what was going on. There was just it was sensory overload. There was too much stuff. So what I would say is, for ZBrush, look at just getting it in little small bite-sized digestible chunks of learning the interface and getting readjusted to things that you've been doing on a desktop for years, possibly, right? Like, for me, I guess a good analogy is going from Maya to Blender. Does the same stuff, different interface, and it'll really mess with your head. So with ZBrush, it's a more elegant UI that takes some getting used to, and I would say just be patient.
I will add one pro tip that Ian gave me, and I think a few others. Inside of the user settings and navigation, bringing the rotate speed down to 0.75 and the zoom speed down to 0.65 kind of gives you a little bit more control. It kind of slows it down and gives you a little bit more control, which is a handy setting. Another an additive to the question about starting on iPad, but like starting in character sculpting overall.
Oh, getting started in character sculpting overall. watch a lot of videos. I mean, I do that all the time, even still, right? Like there's guys who are far faster and more efficient than I am, like, Mike Pavlovich. I'll watch whatever he puts out, and he puts out a lot. So there's an awful lot of free ways to learn to level up. And then, there's also paid ways to take, you can take people's classes that are offering things that maybe are a deep dive into something specifically you want to do. Point in case for that, Bradley and I just had a superhero sculpting class that we taught, where I had just come off doing that Bishop for Sideshow, so it was a perfect time to, kind of give some of that back. But yeah, that's what I would say. Bradley, do you have any thoughts?
Getting started with character sculpting, intake a like finished projects, even if you're like even if you don't like where it's going, just try to finish as much as you can. Try to sculpt as much as you can. And I would say, like, in anatomy, and like, if you, I know when I was starting, like, I used to do a lot of creatures which hid my knowledge or lack thereof of anatomy, and I was like, oh, it's a creature, so that's his anatomy. But definitely taking your time and learning anatomy is very helpful in creating your characters.
And
Got another
I
question in for
disagree
you,
with
Mike. Oh,
Bradley.
sorry.
I say don't finish anything. Start as many projects as you
Mm,
can and get 95% of the way and put them down, son. Don't touch them. Don't touch them until 5 years later and you have a streaming show, and then you can pick them up and they're new to you. You don't have to be like Bradley.
disregard what that teacher just said.
Nope. Nope. Don't ever finish. That's
Don't
my
ever finish.
advice for you. Don't ever finish,
It
please.
goes against anything anyone ever said. It goes against anything anyone ever said.
No, that's not what
Anything.
people are saying.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
that's usually not how that goes. But
Okay.
it worked for you.
Hey,
Different
man,
strokes for
I made
different folks.
a career off of not finishing, player.
Okay, you 1%er. You 1%er.
Nice. Oh man.
Got another question in.
Yes.
Any dream project you would like to do for Sideshow?
More superheroes, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I love superheroes. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I love superheroes, and I got to do one of my favorites of all time for them. I would like to do more. That's the dream job. Let's see. Who would I really like to sculpt for them? I mean, Bishop was my favorite. Any X-Men, like Wolverine's been done to death. I would like to probably do. What were you gonna say?
I would love to see you do Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Trying to say she's not a
Derailed.
hero? Are you trying to say she's not a hero? What you're saying? Trying to say Sailor Moon is not a hero?
I'm upset that you know who Sailor
No,
Moon
but
even
no,
is.
but what are you trying to say? What you got against Sailor Moon? I'm just saying.
I don't have to say anything. I think
No, and I think you do. You obviously paused when I said Sailor Moon.
Yeah, Doctor Doom, maybe. I wouldn't mind doing a Dr.
Really?
Doom. That'd be cool. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a Doctor Doom. I've always wanted to do him. I've never sculpted Doctor Doom. I started at MF Doom. You know what I mean?
Aren't they the same?
Yes, they're exactly the same.
They have the same mask, right?
Robert Downey Jr. is playing MF Doom in the new.
They have the same mask, right? Isn't they wear the same thing? They grew up in the same hood.
Yeah. Doctor Doom has mad lyrical skills.
He does.
Mm.
Somebody bit off somebody. I don't know who. Chicken or egg. Someone said you should do the thing.
You know what? I was thinking about doing that the other day. I 100% feel like I would run out of steam before I finish doing all the rocks. Because I'd be going in and rather than doing it a smart way, like with alphas and stuff, I'd probably want to sculpt in all the rocks. That doesn't make sense. So I'm going to have to resculpt a lot of this shoulder. This is just what it is.
Okay, we got more in. This question is, I'm a traditional artist jumping to digital modeling and sculpting, and something I understand recently is that for ZBrush, I have to train myself to look 3D objects on a 2D flat surface, more like drawing or illustrating. So I think the best approach would be to be aware of silhouette and edges instead of form. Any tips or approach to overcome that?
Well, I'll tell you what I do as far as silhouette and form is concerned is I like to make this preview thumbnail as large as possible when I'm sculpting. Like in here, I can clearly see how bad this pose is right now, but it doesn't lie, right? Like having that silhouette there is actually pretty nice because you can rotate around and see everything. So that's I do that for all of my pieces. Man, how did that arm get so messed up? Oh wait, that's not good. When you're making these masks, make sure you're not missing a part, if that makes sense, because you'll get this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what I would say. I'm sorry, I gotta fix this, you guys. This is making me nervous. See, I would have been real upset if I sculpted all this detail in the forearm. I was just telling Ian today, I don't like sculpting forearms. I think that muscle group is very confusing and complicated. Bradley, how do you feel about that? You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I hate feet more. Like
Really?
toes. Like I hate toes.
Hmm.
That's why I like that all my character has boots on.
Yeah.
I hate toes.
Another thing that I do is I'm getting ready to jump out of Transpose Master because in the event that I spend all this time sculpting this guy and then posing this guy, and then for whatever reason there's a crash, I'm going to be feeling very upset. So it's a good idea to hop out and do it incrementally sometimes. Why is that? Let's put that
there. One comment is they would love to see an X-Men Onslaught figure from you.
I never loved Onslaught. I know he was super popular, but I always felt like I don't know. I always thought it was just like a beefy Magneto, like I never really loved that. But
a while ago you did a X-Men character guy, had long white hair with a cables coming around. Who was that? Like a whip, kind of like he had long white hair.
Oh, Omega Red.
Omega Red. What's his superpower?
He is he's like a Russian radiated dude, like he's radiated. His power is he has those whip things that come out of his arms. Okay. And I think he might have like healing powers too. I'm not sure. Omega Red is awesome. That's another one that I need to finish. Maybe I'll finish Omega Red. All right, let me get out of here. Like right now, he just looks weird. But let's get out of here, and then I'll come back in. Z plug in.
Got another comment, really. Mike, did you ever finish Cyclops? He was He was coming along. He was doing a long time ago. Oh, like you did a long time ago. Your Cyclops.
Yeah. I didn't finish Cyclops. I need to finish Cyclops again.
Oh yeah,
Probably should finish him.
No. Keep doing your advice. Keep
Yeah,
burying all the bodies.
So burying the bodies is funny. So now, before I get back in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this this shoulder because this is tragic right now. Let's get let's get over here.
The person was asking a question about illustration and things like that. They said they're comparing traditional sculpting and clay, and it's really different on digital. I learned that is because I'm not feeling the forms, neither understanding volume and space because it's not a real 3D space.
Yeah, I think practice is going to get you completely over that. I bounce back and forth between sculpting with monster clay and sculpting digitally a lot, and I mean it's the same, pretty much same thing, right? You're lumping the clay down, you're kind of looking for that overall shape and building it up, and then doing your subtractive method of taking things away and fixing mistakes, right? So very, very similar process as doing it in here. I know I look at somebody like a Ryan Kingsland or someone who is very adept at sculpting in general, knows all of the principles, and he applies it to ZBrush and gets a very traditional looking digital sculpt when he's done. So I would say practice obviously is going to serve you well. But yeah, how long? I'm interested. How long have you been doing it? How long have you been messing with ZBrush? If you don't mind.
He says, yes, I follow Ryan. He's very good. And I'm waiting for him to answer the question about how long he's been using ZBrush.
Okay. So here's a good example of showing you how to fix mistakes. So if I go to the highest level here, you can see there's an awful lot of stretching and problems here. Rather than working top down from the highest sub D level to the lowest, I like to go the opposite way. So I'll go down to the lowest level, and this is when having a super low resolution mesh helps you. So it's just cleaner by working this way and then stepping up, right? So see, it looks good here. I do this a lot when I'm working on things like cutting and keying for statues, and it just it's easier, I think. Oops, this pose is so bad. It'll get better, don't worry.
I like that you're really controlling yourself, because usually you would have chopped that arm off and put it in place and put it all back together.
That's the old me. It's 2025.
I like
It's 2025.
OU was very, very militant.
It's true. But you know what I realized?
The end result was amazing. The end result was amazing, though.
Yeah, you know what I realized is that it doesn't make sense to have a clean, organized mesh and then go in and destroy it every time. Like I was slashing and burning everything. So not good.
The comment back is very little experience with ZBrush.
Okay. Yeah. We'll get there. Just keep at it.
The other comment in different person. Posing is so hard. I watch a bunch of tutorials, but can't seem to find a perfect way.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. You got to be patient. Now, I will tell you, I could have used Reallusion, and I probably could have played around a lot more. It would have been less destructive than the way I just did it. However, even when I was doing my cami piece, I had to still go in ZBrush after I posed it and fix parts that got kind of stretched and messed up. So I don't know. That's why when I see people who can just kind of nail it without having to do an awful lot of post cleanup, I'm really amazed.
I haven't seen a lot that have done it like have done it without a lot of post cleanup. You probably don't see a lot of it.
Yeah,
but
they may not show.
Yeah, they don't show it. But I think if you get over that, you like it's inevitable. Like it's Thanos. Like it's going to happen. Like
yeah,
you're more okay with just like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like unless you're going in and like creating a custom rig and creating like corrective keys for every motion, which like, you know, that's an art within itself. It's going to break. Like it's going to happen.
Yeah. You know, the other thing that I'm really bad at is blend shapes. Not blend shapes. What's it called when you paint shape weights?
Shape weights.
I'm terrible at shape weights. So when I was even in Reallusion, I was trying to get just some basic shape weights to fix some of the problems I was having. And that is not my forte.
If you're okay with it breaking, once you get okay with it breaking, you're on the right track.
Yeah, well, that's where I am now. I'm like,
yeah,
hey,
you gotta be. It's okay. It's gonna break.
It's 100% gonna break. And then you fix it. Now, the thing about Hellboy that bothers me is he's got a really long neck in all of the images. And so, yeah, so it looks wrong. But, you know, what are you going to do?
What
the other
is Hellboy? Like a monkey meets a giraffe? Like what is he? I don't know. What is he?
No, he's just a demon. Demon with a American father, German father, one of those. You saw the movie. You know the deal.
He just came out of a hole and he looks like, you know, Caesar.
Don't you ever talk about Caesar that way.
Commenting that he's a monkey. I agree. He's a monkey. Oh man, are you gonna see is Captain America first before the Thunderbolts? Which one's first?
I think Captain America's on Valentine's Day.
I'm definitely gonna go see Cap, and I'm definitely gonna see Thunderbolts.
I am definitely gonna see them on Disney Plus.
What? You're not gonna go to?
I mean,
man,
at least Thunderbolts. At least Thunderbolts. No, I love it. Deadpool was dope. What are you talking about?
You gotta go to the theater see Cap.
Thunderbolts. I don't. I'll see. No, I'll probably see Cap. I'll probably see Cap.
You gotta get Thunderbolts. Like I think it will be the better of the movies.
I think.
You know why? I can tell you.
Yeah.
one glaring reason why. And if you can answer this for me, I'll feel more positive.
Mm-hmm.
How is the guy with no powers gonna fight Red Hulk?
He has a vibranium wing armor wings.
Sure.
Know.
Sure. Got it.
You want to know how he's going to do it? Shuri. That's how. Shuri. That's it.
That's how?
And Red Hulk's going to pull his punches because it's Harrison Ford. He ain't no jerk.
Oh,
he ain't going to kill him.
Gonna
Harrison Ford's he's a good bad guy. I'll tell you this. I couldn't care less about the Thunderbolts if you paid me. Just saying.
You're not open to new things.
Yeah, not that. I want to know how any of those guys are going to stop. What's dude's name? Not Spectrum. What's the guy's name that has the S on his chest? Their version of Superman, the Marvel Superman. See, that's how little I care about this movie.
I don't even know who you're talking about. I just...
The guy that he calls himself Bob in the trailer.
Yeah,
What's his name? Look in the chat. Somebody's gonna help it out. I know Groveman's sitting around waiting to answer that question. He cares about this stuff.
Well, we actually have word questions, so we have to ask, we can't, we have to stop shop. Let's ask these word questions. Jeez.
Okay.
Is it better for you to make the form like arms from a single mesh? I see the deltoids like that, but I see the forearms is another object, right?
Yeah, on this it is. It is. The only reason why I split the forearm from the arm or from the bicep is because when I was Z-remeshing the fingers, or when I was Z-remeshing to try to get this low, clean mesh like this, my fingers would get messed up. So normally these characters are wearing like a jacket or gloves or something that I can just lop the hand off and keep it moving. But I didn't do it that way this time. I don't know how I'm going to hide the seam here. I'll just kind of match it up as best as possible. Oh, the coat. The coat is going to hide the seam there. But for the hand, I might still end up chopping it off and putting on a like a fingerless glove, because I know he wears that from time to time. But there is a reason why I split things apart. So that's it.
Nice. Another question, I think I might help answer this one. CC4 is really good, but I don't know. I'm feeling not so loose or dynamic trying to use the base model, or I am choosing the opposite way, freely sculpting in ZBrush and then export to CC4 to rig. I would do that way. Basically saying that he doesn't feel like it's like he's having problems using their base mesh to help to create dynamic forms and shapes.
Okay.
And he says that he finds that sculpting his own model and sending it to CC feels a little better to him.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. I prefer that way myself as well. Greedy Manic says, hey, heyo.
Hey, what's going on?
You only got a few more minutes. You said you're gonna have the sculpt. You're gonna have this posed.
Oh wow, did I say that? All right, I've been doing stuff. I've been doing stuff.
So, a little housekeeping, so everyone knows that we will be streaming for Maxon once a month. You'll be able to catch us here, and we will be streaming on our Stylist League channel also once a month. And we're gonna try to be consistent with the date that we stream. Right now, Next month we're streaming on a Wednesday for Maxon because the calendar got filled up. But we're gonna try to do Maxon on a Friday and Stylishly on a Wednesday. Just February is a little wonky because of scheduling. But if you haven't had a chance to follow us on our social medias, you can follow us on YouTube on Stylishly. You can follow Mike on Instagram and ArtStation. You can follow me on Instagram and ArtStation, and you can join our Stylishly Discord for any updates on any classes that we may be having or streams. We have a partnership that's going to be kicking off very soon, so stay tuned in our Discord for some competitions. We're bringing some competitions, some cool prizes back soon. I think I covered everything. Yes.
Yeah, no, good job.
Yeah. Take that, Raul.
You know what I can at least do is try to get his jacket a little closer.
Oh, cool. So, because asked us a question and they gave us permission that we can say it's okay to say this. Any thoughts on Adobe Substance 3D Modeler on VR or any VR sculpting programs? I've tried one. Would you use one or one on your pipeline based on what you've told me? So, how do you feel about Modeler?
I'm actually excited about it. I look at Geo and the stuff that he does, and it makes me want to try it. Not try it, get better at it. I have been playing around with it. I will tell you off the, just being honest, it's a little overwhelming for me right now. Just because I'm trying to get I'm really trying to get the hang of sculpting in VR space. It's not what I'm used to, right? So it's more control than anything else, and I feel like I'm when I start messing with it, I'm not doing a fantastic job of keeping things the way that I am here. Like I'm very kind of controlling with it. So I'll get there because I know it can be done because I see Geo doing it all the time. So yeah,
What's
that's it.
cool is that we're part of their beta team, and so Mike's able to mess around with it and give feedback that could benefit everyone in himself as he's learning it. So
yeah,
I've messed with it on desktop really just for the hard surface stuff, and it's super dope.
Mhm. Yeah, the stuff it can do is really cool. So, good news is I don't have to worry about the fact that I don't have a forearm for this arm. I mean, I could just copy and paste this. I mean, what am I talking about even? The good news is I can just take this sleeve and bring it out and make it do the thing that's not happening right now, which is exist. But you can see, I mean, already it's starting to get there, and it's a super low mesh. What is this part? Oh, man, I forgot about that part. Okay, well, check this out. Good news. Forgot about this little green part down here. That was only the cuff, and I can easily split and delete that. Delete hidden, and then I can just add the cuff back again, and it's not that deep. In fact, I want to do that because I want to bend the arm here. Let's do that. Fix the problem.
What's the weather over there, Mike? Is it still cold?
You know it is. It's supposed to be 1 degree on Sunday or Monday. I don't even know what that is, man. You know it's cold here.
I'm in Florida. I don't know what
I know
cold
you
is.
are. I know you are. Yeah.
2-minute warning.
All right. It's almost done. So the same way I kind of pushed points for the shoe is what I would do here, and then add loops as I need to give like this crinkle effect on the arm over here. But let's see something. Let's go over here. Yeah, let's fix the inside of the coat.
Thanks for sending your questions in. Hopefully we got to all of them. And if you think of anything between now and then, drop us a line in our Discord or tune in next time when we're on either our YouTube or Maxon's.
Did you tell people if they want to follow our YouTube where it is?
If you go to YouTube and search Stylist League, we'll be right there.
All right. What you having for dinner tonight, man?
I don't even know.
Only ask because I'm hungry.
Dude, who you telling? I've like, I know that I should be more hungrier, but I've had so much coffee, it has like curbed my appetite, so I'm gonna eat something.
Yeah. That's a good idea. All right, so I'm gonna open up the T-posed or A-posed joint, and then
Nope, you can't. 9 o'clock.
No, it doesn't matter. Ain't nobody.
I know.
Ain't nobody coming.
And
nobody coming on after us, dog. Ain't nobody coming on
if you
after us. We're the last ones.
Yeah, if you were coming on, we just told you you're not. So there it is.
You have to wait.
There it is. You gotta wait.
You have to wait. Oh man, you know what I might have done? No, I don't think I did.
You didn't say.
I didn't save over it. I'm gonna do the new pose. That would have been bad. Hellboy pose. Do you hit caps lock as much as I do?
No, but I think deep down inside you want to be yelling at your keyboard, so that's why it's doing it for you.
No. All right, so now let's open up the other one. Load tool. Oh boy, whip. Open. That over there. Turn on the coat. All right.
Oh no, you're good. You can ask as many questions you want. We like questions.
Getting there. It's not.
Nice.
It's not horrible. But yeah. Oh, where's his tail? I must have hidden it. Did I? Am I missing his tail? Oh no, that was on the wrong one. Did I delete the tail? That's not good. Wait a minute.
I'm looking at it. You see where it says Z Tool 19? You see that one in your tools? You see there's at the very top? It's there. I'm looking at it. Can you pull it from that other Z tool that you have there? You have another Z tool that says 19.
I can.
Yeah, I don't know why it's in that scene, but I would just pull it from the one that's there and
yeah, that's a bummer. All right. Well,
pick it.
Good thing I got it here. Did somebody else have a question?
Nope.
Oh. I thought.
Really cool model. I love the Hellboy.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for coming.
This man really gonna sit here and fix that tail.
Hey, man. Now I can show. Let's turn off the shoes. He got his church shoes on, everybody.
You saw that no leg Hellboy variant?
Yeah, exactly. All right. There you go. So, at some point, he is going to look like this. All right. Here you go, Ian. Making the thumbnail right now. Here's a thumbnail. Boom. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. All right. So yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. If you haven't already, please give us a. Are you laughing at something, Bradley? What's the deal, man?
Yes, I was laughing.
It's way rude. That's so rude.
It was in a chat. It was in a chat.
Okay. Yeah, if you haven't already,
a modeler question. I just want everybody to know it's a ZBrush stream. So if you have any other software questions, you can ask us on our Stylization stream.
There you go. Nice. They're gonna get us in trouble.
Yeah, they won't get in trouble.
Yeah, if you haven't already, give us a follow over on our YouTube channel, Stylist League.
Go there
YouTube.
now. Go there now.
Go there. Yeah. You can go over there right now. And also join our Discord. We got a fantastic group of artists there. How many people we have on our Discord right now, Bradley?
Oh man, over 400 plus. But also, what's great, Raphael Phillips is streaming with us on Wednesdays now. So if you
and you know who else?
Who else?
Ian Robinson.
I don't even know if he told his employer, but you just did. You know, there it is.
He can stream with us. We're promoting the product.
I'm playing.
What are you talking about? Ian's his own man. He does what he wants to do.
I know, Ian. Yes, you tell him, Ian. Say what your chest.
You do what you want. Yeah, no, we got Raphael and Ian sculpting with us. We got
Tony.
Brad. We got Tony. Yeah, it's a good time. So yeah, come join us, please. And that's
and I get to sculpt, and Raul gets to do my job.
Yeah, that's the best. Raul reads the chat stuff. So yeah, all right. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. We will see you next month, and come check us out on our thing. See you.
All right, bye.